Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Lawrence Loach, and we are back with another episode of Sup Podcast. This is episode number 123. I'm gonna bring in my amazing co-host. We got Chris Cheney,
What up?
and we got Luke Trevisi. What's up, yo?
1, 2, 3, baby. 1, 2, 3. We're getting up there.
123, man. We got a lot of good things to get into. I guess we could start out with I think what everyone's kind of been talking about these last couple of days. As today's Sunday, as we're recording. Yesterday, Saturday, July 25th, and Friday, July 24th. About 99.9% of the people who were looking to get some sneakers were denied. We had the Off-White Jordan 4 women edition.
Yep.
Which obviously a lot of people definitely took the loss on. And
Multiple L's. I mean, this was L weekend for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, this is exactly what we talked about with sneakers. We said it's the same thing that happened with the Travis Scott 270s and the Chunky Donkey, whatever. Nike's handing out multiple losses, except this time it wasn't spread out. It was just back-to-back days.
Back-to-back days and 3 different shoes if you count the Green Bears too. So it's back-to-back L's.
Well, yeah.
Brutal.
Well, let's kind of break in. Let's kind of talk a little bit about the Off-White force, because now we are basically 2 years of seeing Virgil and Nike come together, and these were very interesting. I think we all kind of agreed that these were very dope shoe. We knew it was going to be difficult. I mean, when we found out they were women's sizes, that's always difficult for especially guys who have bigger sizes, because they tend to make less bigger sizes, which is usually like 11 and up. Nike originally said that they were going to go up to, I believe, a 14 or 15, if I'm correct, and then they kind of siphoned it off at a 12 and a half, which it went up to women's 14. We're seeing, listen, I'm going to say this to you guys, and I think you can kind of agree with me. 4-figure resale prices out the gate is something that is very new. It's very alarming to me.
And the most alarming part, it's not crazy for it to happen.
Yeah, it's kind of been growing to this point. Like we're kind of just reaching the tipping
now
point.
There's no surprise. The Grateful Deads, you're like, okay, I get it. These, I get it. The Chunky Dunks, you were like, okay, I get it. Like all these were kind of like, yeah, okay.
Even the Travis Scott SBs too. You kind of get that one.
It's scarier. For people who've been around longer, it's scarier to us, of course. Like, Lawrence, you and I are looking at this going like, why did we not just save every sneaker we ever owned? Why did we even wear anything we had?
Nah, what's funny to me? I mean, I think obviously we've discussed this in the past. I mean, it's definitely a combination of multiple things. It's that if people are dumb enough to really spend 4 figures on a sneaker that just dropped out the gate, that's an issue. Then we also have the people getting that they were getting that COVID money, man. The CARES Act money, and then it became less of a worry to start out with the $1,200 shoe. As you can see, I mean, obviously the bigger sizes are definitely going for a lot of money. I don't really see them coming down too much. But like when you start getting into the women's, the women's 8, women's 9, 9.5, I think you're going to see definitely it's going to drop maybe into the 3 figures, the high 3 figures, $700, $800, $900. Obviously, these prices are still high because people haven't gotten pairs in hand yet. And once, the trend is always, once the release happens and people strike out, then people are going to spend, the high price. And then when pairs come in, you just see a slight dip. And then once those people spend, they get those pairs, then we're right back to we skyrocket.
So actually,
they may not even be the best.
No, you can go, and then I'll follow.
No, I was gonna say they may not even be the best off-white 4 that we see in the pipeline, because we did see the bread off-white 4s, which if these are an indication of where the off-white 4 in terms of the secondary market where it's gonna be, then I mean fucking a pair of black and red off-white 4s. I mean, we might start out the gate with a resell of 2 racks easily.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. What I was going to say, too, just to follow up on your the way you were formulating how the price is going to move, going back to the Grateful Dead dunks. So I was with some skater kids the other day, for tenant people and associates, like that realm, that cape. One of the kids who's able to get a pair of the Grateful Deads, I guess, and we were talking about the resale value of that shoe particularly. Because normally it'd be like how you were saying, Lawrence. It'd be like they go up until they get them in hand, and it's down, and go back up, and there's waves to it. But is it worth it to save some of these? Because that was the conversation we were having. Because like with the Grateful Dead ones, it's like I think you should hold those. Things like the sales push immediately.
Yeah,
I don't know how you guys feel about it, because like sneakerheads are fickle, and it's a microwave culture now. So that shoe will only be this hot for so long, and it will just go into like this weird grail sector of sneakers because of the hype boxes it checks. But with the Grateful Deads, there's the Y factor of the deadheads, and sneakerheads aren't used to such an outside prospect in the sneaker realm.
Yeah.
Do you hold those and wait for a deadhead to buy them for an insane amount of money in 10 years? Or do you sell it and ship them now?
I say hold. The only reason I say hold is because of the materials they use. That I think I mentioned it last week on the podcast. When you have a shoe with a firm material, it's very hard to upkeep. So if you keep them dead stock, the price will only go up because there'll be less and less pairs that are dead stock.
You can make that argument with every sneaker, though.
Yeah.
True, but like it's easier to clean. Like you'll find a cleaner pair of the sales than you would a fur pair. You know, like.
Oh, I was trying to keep the two arguments separate, but I mean, since we've got into the Grateful Dead debate already, I feel like
did I jump the gun? You just had such a great.
You kind of jumped the gun a little bit, but it's all good. I mean, we were definitely.
You gave me such a good segue because you were doing the graph movement, and I was like, oh, here we go. But
it's all good.
Chris was so happy for a second. He was like, look, I'm doing the podcast.
It's all good. We were talking a little about Off-White, but what you're saying.
I want to bring it back there. You just had such a good segue into the.
No, it's fine. No. Listen, I'm not. I understand what both of you guys are saying. I feel like with the Grateful Dead's, there's such a, because the meteoric rise that we've seen of SBs for the last couple of, for the last year or so, it makes you wonder, like, all right, how much more can it go up, if that makes sense? Like, if these Grateful, like if the green and the yellow pairs settle at around, 15, just say they settle at $1,600, and then the orange pair is its own entity because of the way it was released. But I feel as if you have to also take into consideration the only reason why these shoes are where they're at now at 1.5, 1.6 is because of the SB hype. Because of these released, maybe 3 years ago, no matter, they could have put Grateful Dead, they could have put Jerry Garcia's face inside the insole. I don't think we would have saw the prices that they are now. So you have to kind of look at it one of two ways. You either, like you said, you capitalize, and because you capitalize on the shoe itself now, you sell, you make your, you sell them for, 16 times what you paid for them. And then you invest that money into other sneakers. You can do it that way. Or you can say, oh, I'm going to hold for another, 3-4 years and then hope that they go up another $500-$600, which there's a possibility it may not even move that way. You have to realize, like, when you have a shoe this high, there's a certain market of people that are willing to pay that price. And then afterwards, it just gets to the point where it's like people aren't purchasing a shoe for that amount of money. You are gonna have your people that come in some money that didn't have money. That's like, all right, these are a grail. But, and I use that term loosely with these, but what I'm saying is you looked at the way, say for example, the Ben and Jerry's release went, and you were like, all right, these are gonna keep skyrocketing, and they're gonna, right now they're at 1,800, and then that's in early June, and by August they're gonna be $2,000, and it's like that movement didn't really happen with the shoe because of the amount of money that it was.
Right.
So it kind of stayed level and may even gone down maybe $50-$60. Now, granted, of course, I feel like just like as there's more, more people purchase them to flip them, but there's still so many dead stock pairs, and there's still so many people that are only willing to pay $1,600 for a pair of $100 sneakers that it's a little tricky. It like when you look at sneakers that hit those high marks that you're talking about, that's a sneaker that starts out at $400, $500 on the secondary market. And then it's like, oh shit, now as the pairs start to, dry up, now you're like, oh fuck, if I wanted the sneaker, I could have got it, a year ago at $600. Now it's $1,700. Like that's the way. But when you're starting at this high of a fucking price, nah.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, it's like just keeping these two releases from the weekend in mind, right? Like Lawrence, I agreed with everything you said. But it is interesting to think about the external factors of like what the deadhead is, because they'll pay that immediately. If they're like, bro, I don't know like other good bands to compare it to because I'm not within that space, but I imagine like Fish is sort of similar. Maybe Dave Matthews, right? Do people still listen to them? But like those guys, they spend all the amount of money they can to do anything involving these guys. It's similar to what the sneaker hype beast kid is when it comes to stuff like Virgil, Nike, Travis, those main checkpoints. But it's a shorter span, right? But it's just so interesting to compare these guys. So like this orange one is crazy to me. I didn't realize it was this high.
Yeah, of course. It only released one place.
Released two places.
3,000.
Yeah,
two places.
The Grateful Dead website and San Francisco.
FCC in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So maybe let's focus on the orange one versus the sale.
Okay.
Right now, I don't know which one is hyper. I don't know which one. I hate that term that I just said, by the way. I don't know which one is hyper. But, I mean, do you guys think the orange will last longer down the line than the sales will?
I think the orange will always command the higher prices and a high price just because of the way they were released. When they were released at a skate shop in San Francisco, who, obviously all the pairs probably were not released to the public.
Yeah, it's like a friends and family
and
pair, basically.
I talked to the guys about that. One was complaining that people complained about that online. And I was like, all right, so what's your take? They're like, you not skating, shut up, don't come in our shop. And I was like, okay, that's what we all thought you guys thought.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a problem. It's always a problem with skate people. I think they have the air of, all right, this is our thing, and now people just want to be cool with the sneakers. But it's like that's what sneakers are. I mean, like I feel like sometimes, like it's like you don't have to be a Grateful Dead fan to fucking wear the sneakers. Like you don't have to be like there's so like people become such elitists when it comes to fucking shoe. It's like people are like, oh well, you can't wear Jordans because you never saw them play, or like you don't know. Like it's like shut the fuck up. Like some people just like the color scheme. Some people like this.
Yeah, that's true.
Itself. And I feel like skateboard company or skate shops are the most elite snobby people when it comes to any type of release, whether it's clothing with Supreme or whether it's sneakers. Yes, I get it. These type of releases make skate shops. It brings in the majority of their money because at the end of the day, they can sell, they can fucking backdoor what they want. They can create a whole fucking merch run just for the shoe, which I think that is very smart, which a lot of these skate shops do. When a sneaker like this comes out, they say, hey, here's some t-shirts to fucking go with the shirt. And then sometimes they'll be like, hey, if you want a raffle ticket, you gotta buy, you want an entry to our raffle, you gotta buy a fucking t-shirt that we concocted for this sneaker alone.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna wait in a virtual line for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, 2 hours? Come on, bro, that was more than 2 hours.
I mean, I got in quick. I got in on the Grateful Dead side. I was like number 360, 3600. I mean.
Yeah, I was like.
You got Lawrence. You had like a 75K in front of you. Wait.
So for the listeners out there, the Grateful Dead, they did a 24-hour raffle. It was a queue. I mean, I got in when at 75,000. I saw there were some numbers like 115,000 people in the queue at one point. It went by super fast. I will say that the way the raffle was handled, and the people who actually won, it was pretty smooth once you got. They had 900, I believe, winners that they sent out emails to. I mean, once again, if you're talking 900 pairs versus 200,000 entries, yeah, the odds are very slim. But from what I heard, the people who got in, smooth sailing. The orange pair obviously sold out immediately, followed by the green and then the yellow.
The orange probably was like the fastest L, I guess I'll say, and I've seen in a while. Because bro, I saw more things on like whatever platform you want to discuss about the orange one specifically than I've heard about any Off-White, any Travis release, any of that shit.
Right.
That was the quickest L I've seen the whole nation take.
So yeah, an immediate L.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you have a 3 sneaker pack, and then one of the sneakers are only released at one physical location, then the rest are are online. Yeah,
of course. So yeah, it makes sense.
But I once again, I think the problem with everything is we're in a situation now where if you can even jog your memory back a few years ago, where sneakers would come out with a lot of hype, and the average resale price would be $600-700, and we're talking, I'm talking 2018 with Union Ones, and then I'm talking, Mars Yards. I mean, some of the Off-White stuff was. I mean, I remember the Off-White Blazers, secondary market, you can get them for like $500 at that. Off-White Jordan 1s were what, $1,300, and even then, that was high. So I mean, you look at stuff like that, and you're like, all right, well, $700-800, and you can kind of play with it from there. But we're automatically jumping out the gym with $1,400-1,500 SBs, and I think that is to me, it's a recipe for disaster. But
no, it's a real big
if you
problem.
can sell them, if you can make your money, then hey, fuck it, it is what it is,
Yeah.
No, but wait, we didn't really answer the question though. Like, so long term, this is more me. I'm curious just to hear you guys what your thoughts are. So like, let's just use orange in the sales. Which one do you think 10 years from now is going to be like the more coveted one? Because that's the real question I was trying to get at. Because they're two. Now you make that face, Lawrence, but I don't know, dude. That's why I'm saying the Deadheads as an entity in the sneaker game with this specific drop, they're a type of person that's not normally in the space that's willing to pay this much money.
Oh, I think without a shadow of a doubt, what's going to be more coveted in 10 years? The fucking Grateful Dead.
I thought you were going to go Off-White.
Everybody's been trying to cancel Virgil for the past like 6 months.
Oh, bro, yeah, dude, he's really having a rough time. Not only is he catching L's for that BLM shit, but he's catching L's just because people can't get his sneakers.
And the
has nothing to do with Virgil being canceled. I think it just has to do with when you look at it, when you break down 2 pairs of sneakers, you look at an orange Grateful a sneaker that's attached to the Grateful Dead versus a Jordan 4 collab, which granted, fucking think that Off-White is amazing, but I mean the Grateful Deads are obviously going to be coveted, and they're more limited. The pairs are going to dry up. Yeah. And then also in 10 years, people act like Jordan 4s are built for you to wear 10 years or 15 years down the line. You can wear a dunk 15 years like from now, you know, and the
That's
worst you
true.
may have is the soul separating, but you can fucking fix that. You
Yeah.
can't do nothing when your fucking midsole pops and busts on a 4.
It's true.
Okay. Just to get off this for a quick second, but not to go completely off, because I do want to go on. I want to talk about that Virgil's MCA Supreme box logo sample is going on for sale. But also, I had a friend hit me up, and he showed me this, asking if it was real. I sent you guys this in the group chat. But it's just crazy that this email scam is, like, reaching our friends. At least to me, like, you hear about all these crazy stories online and stuff, but, yo, like, as far as a scam email, this looks pretty legit. I mean, when you read the copy, it's sketchy. But at first, you're like, oh, shit, I just got some sneakers.
Right. I'm just upset as somebody who caught L's all weekend. I couldn't even catch a fake W. You know? Bullshit.
Yeah, we can't even get the scam emails.
We can't even, exactly. Who are we? I thought we were Sub Podcast, fucking leading tastemakers in the sneaker world. we were the ones who were burgeoning the fucking rise of the SB for the past fucking year, and then it comes and everybody's like, all right, well, go fuck yourself, Sub Podcast. No fake emails for you. Fucking, I want some goddamn respect around here.
I mean, look at this though, because all right, so not only is COVID made things weird, raffle and in-person stuff is a whole different game than it was even 3 years ago, say, but even 5, 7. It gets crazier as you go back and look what we used to do. We used to sleep for sneakers. Now we have a robot that we bought to buy up for us. But, I mean, like, all those things add up to this making some kind of sense. I mean, luckily the kid didn't buy it, who's hit it with me. He's a little smarter than that, which is good. But all this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, guys, be careful. I mean, because that feeling of winning like a grail like this, I don't want to call him a grail. A hype sneaker like this. Not a
grail. Yeah, don't call him a grail.
Yeah, I'm not going to call him
not a grail.
But winning, even like getting an email like this and feeling that for 1 second you just came up on $3,000, if you're looking at the orange one, you might be willing to just cash app some random shit.
Right.
I think you have to be on the lookout. I mean, I saw a lot with the Ben and Jerry SBs where, you know, people were getting these type of emails. You just have to kind of be aware. It's hard to, but when you see certain things like in this email, they're like, we're taking Cash App. That right there is
red flag.
That's a huge red flag.
I mean, the PayPal's in there though too.
Yeah, but even then, this is a reputable skate shop. You don't think they have like a system to take your credit card?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not even saying, but PayPal's as a platform is legit enough to be like, oh, I'll just PayPal.
Well, I think that's you know, when you start thinking, you start seeing you can, once you receive the total payment of $125, that's tax plus shipping included. I mean, you know, I understand if you know, this is, you know, you sometimes you're not going to think like, yeah, I'm getting scammed. But there's certain red flags. I think anytime you see we're taking Cash App, there's no link to purchase from their website. Like there's certain things on that I think are definitely a red flag and something that's false.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of false and red flags, this week we were teased with a picture of a Jordan 4 that people are speculating that will be the upcoming Union Jordan 4 release.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was met with a lot of disgust on the internet, to say the least. I will say this. They were not the most attractive sample per se, but what happens a lot of times like this, you will see something where you'll see the sneaker, you know, with the guy, you know, in a factory or a warehouse, or he's got a protective glove on, and then when you see him on feet, then everyone's mind kind of changes.
Right.
That's true. That does happen.
I remember the Union has been pretty good with their collabs, and I can go back as far as 2005 when they did a Union 180, and how crazy people were going for those Union 180s, and then we had the Union ones, which were kind of some people were on the fence, and now it's turned out to be arguably probably a top 3 or 4 Jordan 1 collab in the history of Jordan 1s. This Union obviously definitely is different. If it is the actual collab, there's certain things about it. Obviously, it definitely has a swap meet fake vibe to it, to say the least.
Yeah.
But let's just, before we condemn Union and tell them to fucking go back to LA, let's give it a shot.
Honestly, I'm not even mad at what we're looking at right here. The only thing that really upsets me is how they didn't knock the hole off of the plastic part that goes up to the last lace hole. That to me really bothers me, because that material, it's not like I have a problem with that material, but without taking the hole out, it looks off. And maybe I'm just used to looking at the 4 a certain way, but just take the notch out. What are you guys? You're not doing anything by keeping it there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's a new. They had to pay for that. That's like a new piece. Unless there's other 4s that I haven't seen that have the one piece together, but they had to pay for that. Why would you do that?
The world may never know.
But
do you guys act, because there's rumored to be 2 colorways of this sneaker that comes out, and it has the release date is upcoming. It's supposed to be August 15th, if I'm correct.
Says somewhere probably here. Yeah, August 15th is the supposed.
What are we feeling with the short tongue, and the sneaker in general? Are we
I mean, I like buying sneakers new and have them look new, but honestly, this vintage sole look, it doesn't really bother me on these. It's really just that plastic piece, and I kind of wish maybe that the white was also the vintage yellow, but other than that, I'm really not that mad at it. I get why people hate it, though. It's just I don't think people keep their consistency with the shoes they hate. There's shoes that people love that look like this, and then they hate on these. It's all right, weren't you just trying to get the sales?
Well, I think what happens is a lot of times, I think because the Union 1 was such it's widely regarded. It's a love sneaker. People see the black toe and they're like, fuck, these are amazing. And then you see a follow-up, and it's always hard to make a sequel, just as good or great as the original Jordan. And I feel like that's where the hate is coming from. And I feel like it's the 4. I mean, obviously, when you look at collabs and you look at, I think the Jordan 1 is probably, obviously, it's one of the easiest, not easiest, but it's hard to fuck up a Jordan 1.
Yeah.
A 4 is pretty hard to fuck up too, but right now, these aren't well regarded.
You know what? The thing about it's hard to fuck up a 1 just because of the panel situation and how you can color block it.
Right.
And also there's been so many versions of the 1 that it you've registered enough in your head, probably even regular people, moms, dads, uncles, and old people could probably color block that to be easy because of the amount they've probably seen over the years of existence. 4s, though, doing something creative with 4 is very risky. Which even actually, now that I'm thinking about it, which is probably why Virgil didn't get risky with that, because it's a hard silhouette to take a risk on. That could bomb real quick. I mean, the 5 had a little more versatility in it, which is why he was probably able to punch the holes and get some height. But you can't. A 4 has. It's I guess it's a pure conceptual shoe.
I guess so.
The 4 is, I mean, like I said, when we look at 4s and well-regarded collabs within the Jordan 4, it's it's Cause, it's Levi's, it's Travis
and they've all
Scott,
been pretty simple.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They've all. I mean, Travis, the blue was a little, was at first, and even that shoe is, when it first came out, people were like, some people liked it. A lot of people were like, some people were like, and now it's well regarded. But I mean, Levi's, they did something with the denim, and Cause did, his thing. I I think these will. I think once people start seeing these on foot, if this is the, it's hard to see when it's choked up and it's fucking, and the laces are choking up the shoe. You have to see these on someone's foot first, I think, and then we can kind of go from there.
I remember when I saw these, the first thing I thought was like, oh, they're previewing like another winterized 4. Like it didn't. When I had to read the caption to figure out this was from Union, and I don't know, man. Like I think that's just the biggest disappointment. Is just that when you think of Union, you think of those ones, and then you go, I mean, this is what they could come up with. But besides that, I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to wait and see what's up. This is still a sample, so who knows? They might come out different.
How do we feel about the Air versus Jumpman on the back?
Oh, I mean, that's without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, that's what we need.
Yeah.
No, that's what we need. But I mean, you can't have a collab and then put a Jumpman, no. It has to be some type of Air. Even Cause had the Cause symbol and then the Air.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Now the Travis Scotts actually used a Jumpman.
Yeah.
So.
But they also had the Cactus Jack logo on the other one.
So, did they?
Yeah, one side had if I'm remembering it correctly, one side had the Jordan logo, and then the other side had the Cactus
correct.
Jack cross.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. 200 points for Luke. Luke is on the board, baby.
200 points for Luke.
Yes.
I think it's so interesting. I remember when the Travis Scott, when the Force came out, and they were around $400, and people were like, "Oh," and now that shoe is over $1,000. See, that's what I'm talking about in terms of the way shoes, they have that climb, as opposed to if the Travis Scott 4 came out and it was at $1,400, how much higher is it gonna go?
Right.
Unless you're willing to wait 4 or 5 years till there's very few pairs, but and Travis Scott 4s are what, 2 years old?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man, we're just you did talk about the 4s, and it's hard to fuck up before. What I was saying earlier was I was talking about the Bread 4s, the off-white ones that are rumored to be releasing soon. And I will go on record as saying, after the Off-White won Chicago's, these will probably be the second best Off-White release if they come out.
You know what, Lawrence? I'm gonna agree with you, and it's going probably Chicago 1, then this, and then I'm gonna even go Sale. Just because they're the most regular shoes out of all these.
No, I got Jordan 1, Presto, and then maybe these.
Well, even the Presto is pretty true to being a Presto.
Right.
But no, you're right. I should have said Presto too. But those are the most normal ones out of all these.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you're gonna if these actually do release, I think a Jordan 4 black and red. Even if if these come out, I think these will be, in terms of resale, in terms of hype, they're gonna be up there with the fucking it's gonna be insane.
Right. No, I forgot about the canary yellow Jordan 1s that we never got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are rumored to come out eventually. I mean, I guess all of that MCA shit was planned or at least reconsidered to come out at some point.
Right.
I mean, they even got this. It's not coming out now, but they got the T-shirt from that.
Yeah.
That sample, the Pan African flag with Chief Keef. That's going for 10,000 euros, which is what, like 6,900. I don't know. It's
like 1,600, 16,000 or 15,000. I don't know the conversion rate.
Yeah, I have no idea, but this is. I mean, you want to talk about
all my
spending,
stocks are American.
I mean, you want to talk about spending dumb money on fucking furry shoes? Like, this is insane for a sample.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you could print yourself. Like, this isn't even that crazy. Like, you're basically paying for this thing right here, that label.
What, the ticket? I think you're paying for the ticket.
All this could be remade. Honestly, this could be so remade.
Sure.
But yeah, I guess you're paying for this ticket. You're paying for this thing to say it was canceled.
Right. And then you hang it up in you put it in like behind a glass, and that's it. That's what that does.
That's how dumb this is. Do you guys know who touches this? People who don't give a fuck about this garment are the only people that touch this thing, and we want to frame it.
That's true.
The funny part, it was already in the frame when we got introduced to it.
Right.
Yeah, this shit's crazy. But I guess that's enough of Virgil / Off-White / all that shit. Get that fucking out of here. Well, actually, I don't know if this might be just a Chris topic. You guys can tell me right when I bring it up. But remember how a while ago I was talking about how I thought it was a good idea that girl made those AirPod earrings?
Oh, here we fucking go. Okay.
Well, your boy Virgil, I'm everything Louis Vuitton now. I think I'm just blaming on Virgil. Virgil's making a pair.
Right. Doesn't mean it's a good idea.
No, not at all.
He put holes in a bag, and you fucking chastised him for it.
Yeah, and I remain in that position, and I think it's a dumb idea. But unlike these are cool.
Oh, these are cool.
I like these.
I think it's just because they fit your narrative. That's why.
How, Sway? Where's Sway? I need to ask him how. What do you mean?
So they have a retail of $350 for.
Yes, I mean I'm not cool with that price.
Right.
Lawrence, I know you're giving me that this is bullshit look, but what do you think, honestly?
Honestly, I think it's trash. I think
just get earrings.
Yeah, I think it's complete garbage. But people will buy it.
Yeah, and I'll if they send me a pair, I'll wear them.
Chris, about a year ago, was it a year ago? Like a year and a half ago? I think it was an episode where I was even a guest. I wasn't even a member of the team yet, if I remember correctly.
That chick made the I mean, this is a little different. This is an ad to wear in your ear, but have something hanging off. The girl that I was liking her idea, she made an attachment on the bottom to let the actual thing hang.
Right.
Like
she made the equivalent. Like it was like, you know how like they have like the eyeglasses with the rope around them so that you don't lose them.
Similar to that concept.
It was the same concept. And me and Lauren said that it was pretty stupid, and then Chris said it was great. And now this came out, and he's like, "Look, see, I'm not an idiot. Louis Vuitton did it." So, no, Chris, it's still dumb.
I don't think it's dumb, man. I think this is the direction fashion's going to take eventually. Like, we ourselves have relied on technology more and more as the years goes on. Mm-hmm. Like, if we all lost our iPhones today and were given a flip phone, we'd probably kill ourselves. And technology accessory culture, I don't know what the fuck to call it. Like shit like this where you're blinging out your electronics. Like, I mean, phone cases have already been a thing.
Right.
Now that we all, like, everything's
the custom
technology
pod
shit.
Cases, they have like
all that shit. Like,
for the pod.
This is where it's going to go. Eventually we're going to start having masks with LED lights on them that say some shit. Like, everything's going to wrap around technology and wearing it. And this is just a part of that. And that's why I like that girl having that shit hang down, because it's like, oh shit, she took a flip on it and actually made it an earring versus just like this thing we stick in our ear. This is sort of in the same realm. That's all. I just want to keep pointing this out.
I would say this is worse than the other one, because that one was at least creative. This one is way less creative.
Way less creative, yeah. But
I'll give that to you.
Because it's less functional, right? This is just more of a gaudy piece of like, look, I got money, I'm going to spend it. Imagine imagine there's somebody out there that's going to put those on their AirPod 1s, their Generation 1 AirPods, and then buy 300. No, not swag. It's dumb. You're going to spend extra money on earrings for your AirPods, but you won't spend the money on the second generation.
Here's the thing. We had the same kind of debate about on the last episode, I believe. It's just like with the tent. There's certain people who will spend the money for the tent just because, and there's certain people who will spend the money for these just because. Will it be for the? Is it for the average consumer? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not for the average person who fucking has an AirPod or whatever. But like I said, there are people who are willing to spend $350, $400 for this, and that's who they made it for.
Swag.
Fuck you, Chris.
I think those things are wavy. I don't give a fuck.
Do you have a pair of earrings on your AirPods?
No, I wish.
Why don't you do that?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, moving on. Moving on from all this bullshit. I'll let you guys pick the path here. Do you want to talk about Ronnie's Kith adventure? Do you want to talk about the Washington football team? Or do you want to talk about Babe having another Coke?
We do the Washington football
Let's
team.
do Washington football team, man. Let's talk about that shit.
This is very interesting to me because I've never seen a rebrand be announced but delayed.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, wait, go, Luke. You can go.
This is the dumbest renaming of anything ever.
Mm-hmm.
This is the laziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
It's clear that they got a blue-haired girl with armpit hair to think of this idea.
I think you're just projecting. I think you wish you were the blue-haired girl with armpit hair who was.
One of my goals, one of my dream jobs is to help rebrand a team. I would love to rebrand a team because that shit is fucking a bananas project. You get to every little thing on that,
That's
even
true.
Seattle just got a hockey team again, the Kraken shit or whatever, and I was eating that shit up. Now, granted, it's not like the best branding, but those types of projects they get my fucking design dick hard. Pause.
Also, have you seen the owner of the Washington football team, no longer Washington Redskins? Do you think that guy is hiring a blue-haired girl ever? No.
Well, there was rumors that they were just fucking around. They were having cheerleaders go on excursions allegedly, and then pawning them off to fucking donors or it's they're supposed to.
Wait, what?
There's this big Washington football team scandal when they were the Redskins allegedly. It was supposed to come out in the media a couple of days ago. I think it's supposed to be this big story about the
breaking news.
But I don't know. But it hasn't been released yet. But it's it's a lot of things that were going on with that franchise that were just ultra disgusting. If you Google it, you'll find out and just kind of read about it. And this is this is unacceptable. So
they should call her. You see, Washington Sanitation Department. They'd be good. That'd be good because they're trash, and then they're doing trash things. Boom. You could have a garbage truck as their logo, or a guy in coveralls. See, boom, boom. Now it plays to the everyman.
Correct.
There you go. Listen, I have an idea here. Anybody else got any ideas? Throw at the wall.
The only thing I know about Washington is Seattle, which I know has Macklemore and Rain Clouds. So they can be the Seattle Max or the Seattle Rain Clouds. Those are the only two that make sense to me. I've only been to Seattle once. It was while I was staying in Portland, and then I had to go to Seattle for a show, and I bombed that whole fucking show. So I'm cool on Seattle.
You are aware that the Washington football team is from Washington, D.C., right?
What do you mean?
You're talking about Seattle. The Washington football team is from Washington, D.C., not Seattle.
Oh, you know what? I fucked my whole shit up because I brought up the Seattle new hockey team.
This guy don't even know where we're going. What the fuck are you talking about? Talking about rain? What the fuck are you talking about rain for?
I was just talking about Seattle. I fucked myself up.
Fucking country's capital.
Sometimes I just be that's why I'm glad Luke's here because I don't always want to be checking Chris. I get tired. I get tired of it.
I get it, buddy.
Fucking frustrated.
It's a heavy burden.
Oh, fuck! I am so stupid. Right. That is very funny.
It's great that you only know a few things about Washington State, but we're talking about Washington D.C. over here.
That's so funny. I was thinking, because then I was thinking like, oh yeah, the Seahawks are over there.
Yeah. I was surprised Lawrence didn't check him, and I was like, I
Nope,
gotta do it.
I was just kind of just like letting him just fucking hang himself.
I knew something was
Let him
wrong though when I
tire
saw
himself
Lawrence's face. Lawrence will let me walk into a fire if I don't see it. He won't say anything.
Right.
I just be confused sometimes. I be like, God damn, bro.
No, that's because no, I am stupid, but that's because I brought up Seattle before. But
No,
you know this is going to be called this episode's called the Washington Rain Clouds now, and I'm going to make a jersey.
Go ahead. There you go. Now you have congratulations. You have a team to rebrand.
Yo, I remember one time, Chris was like, we were talking about the Seattle Supersonics in the 90s, how good they were as basketball team. Chris was like, yo, I love the Seattle Supersonics because I love the Sonic the Hedgehog. Right? On TV, and I was like, yo, son, come on, man. I was like, the fuck, these people are going to never want to work with us again. And they did. So,
They put it, Luke, they put a Sonic the Hedgehog on set for me.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, it's just like, this is, so I just kind of just like, whatever, you want to just say what you're going to say.
Oh, shit.
Fucking, dude, they don't understand that. They thought the dynamic of the show was like, I don't know, a guy named Lawrence and his fucking special needs friend. He's like, it's just like a Make-A-Wish situation.
Oh, it is sometimes.
It is what it is, man.
Well, all right. So aside from my fucking awful suggestions, because I was not even in the right state, what do you guys think it's going to be?
Orange Skins, the Washington Orange Skins.
The Washington Mandarins?
The Washington Orange Skins. I don't know, man. I think what honestly is going to happen is they're going to be forced to sell the team, the owner.
Oh, because of all the controversy.
Because of the controversy, and then fucking Jeff Bezos is gonna buy the team because he's like the richest man ever, and then they'll rebrand from there. I can easily see the fucking that type of situation happening. But right now, I think I don't think they're gonna rebrand. I don't think I think they're just gonna be the Washington football team until they get sold.
Oh, maybe that's why they didn't rebrand, because they're like, we're on our way out.
I think that has something, and I think not only they're on their way out, but we're in a football season that is so many question marks. Will the season start? Will this happen? All this is doing is buying time, because at the end of the day, there may not even be a football season. We think it will be, but we don't know.
Yeah, that's so unclear. Bro. I don't want to get into it, but that just adds a nastier level to that whole area of the country, because there's already some foul shit that went down there, and then to add this on top of that, bro.
Yeah, I think I think it's going to be interesting. I just don't see a name change for a little while right now. So,
well, calling it just the state is the dumbest solution I've ever seen. They should have just kept it Redskins and kept it moving. I mean, like, we still got the Cleveland Indians. We still got a bunch of problem teams. Like, they're setting a weird precedent that they can just, like, change the name of teams to states and shit.
You can't say they should have just kept it, because the problem was, it wasn't just people being outraged. It then became a money issue. That they're fucking FedEx. They play at FedEx Field. FedEx was on some, fuck that. No, we're good. Like, we're not, you need to change the name. Nike then pulled their merchandise from their website. So It's not just about like, oh, we're gonna fucking keep it as the Redskins. No, they had pretty much no option. The owner, Daniel Snyder, was like, yeah, we wanna, we're patriotic, blah, blah, blah. There's so much great history. They won a Super Bowl in the 80s with that name. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is money talks.
Right.
And yes,
all this
we
is
still have the Indian. We still have the fucking Warriors. We have the Chiefs. Those franchises definitely will eventually. The pressure will come down. But
wait, what? The Warriors, maybe the old branding, but that's when they went back to the Golden State shit, right? It was just to avoid any.
So yes, so with the Warriors,
okay.
People were like, if the original Warriors, like from the San Francisco Warriors or whatever, like in the 50s or whatever, 60s, Yeah, it was equivalent to the Indians. It was equivalent to the Redskins. Then they did do a rebranding. Obviously, and they used the Golden Gate Bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
But the old logo was definitely
No, not that one, but before that one.
prior to
Yeah, 1962.
yeah. So like,
Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
mhm.
so all right. Well, you said the other problem ones, but what are they? The Indians,
The
I get the
Indians,
Warriors
the
by
Chiefs.
name, Associate Chiefs. Yeah.
the Braves.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't even
They
really
have
think of that, but that makes sense.
The Tomahawk.
Yeah.
Even I mean, someone's even said that you can even continue to go with the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, okay, but now we're talking about our own stereotypes, which I don't know if that's bad or not.
I understand what you're saying, and I'm not saying that that is a stereotype, our own stereotype. But at the end of the day, someone's gonna find everything offensive. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But if you keep that cowboy mentality, then like the Celtics are eventually going to get it. Only like the ethereal, not real names are going to stick, like the Wizard, and we're all going to be like the Magic or the Wizards.
Well, it's funny because the Wizards is that name is only 20 around less than 25 years old because the original franchise was called the Washington Bullets, and then the owner.
Yes.
Colin, he got, he was tired of all the gun violence and things that was going on. So they ended up changing the name in the 90s to the Wizards.
Right.
So,
but then you even got Spurs as an issue. If you want to go down that route, you could argue if you're going Cowboys, you got to go Spurs.
We really do need
Cowboys were
sway on this
Spurs.
podcast.
Yeah, we need sway. Can we get sway?
Because how?
And then well, I had another one. I lost it. But yeah, I mean, if you start going down that route, I get the Indian shit. That seems to be the last one. But after that, it's like, all right, then we're all just going to.
Well, I think Chiefs is something that people are going to eventually say, hey, Indians, Braves, those are like the main ones that I can remember. Because I know Indians.
Yeah, Indians are, I think, the next one to go.
Yeah, all the Indian shit.
Because of like the branding, the logo, the mascot is like just a giant red Indian head, right? I don't know.
But yeah, Chris, the Redskins didn't have. I mean, I know what you're saying. It's just like, why couldn't they just be like, fuck it? They really didn't have a choice at that point.
I mean, you know way more about this than I do. I didn't know FedEx was telling them to chill. I didn't know.
Yeah, because they play at FedEx Field, and like I said, Nike pulled their merchandise, and when you have that. Like when they're cutting off your merchandise and the funding that you're getting, like, bro, like it's only a matter of time before you gotta give it up.
You know what's really crazy is that this topic was one of the first that we covered when we first started the podcast. Because remember, I bought that Indians jersey from Major League because we were talking about, I might as well get a jersey now so I don't have to get the thing later. Oh, I'll get it from the movie so it's not associated with the actual shit. So I can still wear it if I feel like it. But it's crazy that it's taken this long.
Yeah.
But, obviously, I mean, the reason why I think stuff like this is, it's always been on the forefront. People have always been complaining and like, hey, you need to do something with the name. But when we have all this unrest in this country right now, I think it then causes like, these are the things that people are doing to kind of say, hey, we're trying to make things right. So if we didn't have, protests and, Black Lives Matter and all these companies Nike fucking gave employees Juneteenth off. So you understand what I'm saying? So they are like, all right, we are going to try to make things right. And yes, the Redskins, yes, it is. It's something that people have been complaining about for years, but this is what happens.
Oh yeah, Blackhawks. I'm looking at a list right now. I was trying to see. It's really just Indian shit. That's I mean, there's some like minor league teams. I don't even know what sport this is, but like, yeah, Seahawks, Warriors, yeah.
I definitely forgot about the Blackhawks. Yep.
Yeah, Braves, Blackhawks, Chiefs, Indians. Yeah. And then, yeah, there's going to be a couple colleges that are going to have to go through some rebranding, too, if this all goes down, which is more money. But, I mean, hopefully look, one of the main reasons why I like a rebrand is because, like, you can get some new fire shit. And it's, like, it's not the same shit as your old shit, but it's new, but it's also it's, like, it's a new T-shirt or the same thing, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember when the Mighty Ducks went to the Ducks.
Yeah.
I know that's not as it's still some type of rebranding.
Hornets became the Pelicans.
Which actually, you know what? They probably are if they're gonna change all the names, they're gonna have to address like the Jazz and Utah thing, because like we got to switch that up, make that make sense.
Well, what originally happened with the Jazz in Utah was that the franchise was located in New Orleans.
Yes. No. Yeah, for sure.
So it's almost the same thing as the Lakers. When you say, why are the Los Angeles Lakers the Lakers, that doesn't make sense. What happened was the franchise was originally in Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. They're known for lakes. So Minnesota Lakers. Then when they went to LA, they just kept the name. So I think, obviously, like you're saying, like there are certain things to be explained, but then there's also certain things that like, yeah, this is a 70-year, we've been to multiple states, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Do you guys, let's see. Do you guys want to just do Hypeless Heat and call it a day? I think it's about that time.
Yeah, it makes sense. Wait, I'm trying to see if there was anything else.
And the biggest rebrand to me is WWF and WWE.
Boom. Drop the hammer. Play the theme song.
Fucking Vince McMahon. No chance in hell.
Lawrence, do you have a theme song of choice if you were to walk into the ring?
Yeah, Randy Orton. I hear voices in my head.
Nice.
They talk to me.
You know his brother does comedy?
Yes.
Really?
Nathan.
Yeah, he's like hitting whatever type of open mics there are available.
Yeah, he's a nice dude.
Oh, I did not know that. In New York or where?
Yeah, in New York.
Yeah, in New York. He recently did. All right, so for the listeners who don't know, there's a roast battle thing every Sunday in the city called Comedy Fight Club. And yeah, I just went because my roommate Lanza was a part of it. So he was like, yo, let's just go over there and kick it. Remember I told you I was going to go to Fight Club instead of PD show? Not to get too inside here, but I went over there. Yeah, I'm like, that guy looks like Randy Orton. And then he's on stage getting roasted, like, dude, burnt up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, but yeah, that was just a little side note there. But no, you're right. That was a great rebrand. But World Wildlife Foundation, you getting chased around by a panda. Fucking had to change your name.
Yeah. Babe Coca-Cola. Shit looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, all this other shit's whatever. I want to cover it later, I guess, when we have more time. But Travis Scott has a new thing called Cacti that's apparently going to come out, and there's some images of him wearing it across a couple different platforms, in different styles. And she's got like jeans hats or whatever. The logo's all over the place. But just to wrap this up, we're going to keep going with our Hypeless Heat segment here. And I've been posting about him for a little while now, but this shoe by Clearweather fucking is a banger. Now, they do a weird thing where they don't like name their silhouettes, or if they do, I'm not really catching on to what they do. They just have different names for different colorways. So this one apparently is the Kalahari. I mean, they have other colors, like they have white and green ones that they call like Aries and shit that I like. A couple are on sale, so if you guys got some extra Trump money, go fucking buy those because of the heat. But I like these joints a lot.
Yeah, these are nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this brand in general, they were one of the first brands that I saw to use Vibram soles, but with their own constructed upper. So, like, this front page is what we got for their spring 2020. If you guys just go to clearweatherbrand.com, you can see this for yourselves. But you can see here, these two soles on the left and right, those are all Vibram soles, which Off-White, even though last week, I think the brand I mentioned, Represent, uses them. Like, a bunch of smaller streetwear sneaker companies have been using Vibram to just get their shit off the ground so they don't have to pay for tooling. And that's why you'll see like some of these soles that look exactly the same, because they're the same sole, and people just make their own uppers on them. But these guys, I think, are doing a really good job, especially with that model specifically, the Kalahari. I like that a lot. Nice.
Very nice. For me this week, I have the Palace Guard Retro Mids from Puma. Reason I like these shoes particular, they do have like a nice little summer vibe to them. Good ball shoe, I think, as far as like aesthetically. Also, they have Lakers colorways, which I do enjoy, because I'm not gonna be able to get a pair of Kobe's anywhere. Also, the shoe is incredibly cheap. It's like 50, 60 bucks for a pair. If you're looking for something on the low, I found these like I was up at like 1 in the morning, and these kind of came up in my targeted ads, and I kept looking at them, and I was like, these kind of remind me of Alien Stompers as well.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is another reason why I like these. So it just a lot of factors came together. The fact that they're cheap is just like the biggest reason. If you're looking for something a little low key, I would choose these.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's all we got, right, for those?
That's all I got.
Yeah. And then I guess I'll throw my shoe in there. We can go Rude Reese's.
Ooh.
I mean, it's not like super like hyped. Rude R and then Reese's RHE.
Yeah, I got you right now, Al. I got you right now, buddy. Someone in the Discord has these.
Yes, I remember.
Oh, that's Recess the sparkling water. These guys.
Yes, I remember these.
Yeah, some guy in the yeah.
Oh, really?
All right, we all took very different approaches to Hypeless Heat this week.
Yeah, which is
210, 60 bucks. I like it. You got different tiers this week, baby.
Yeah, no, this is how it's supposed to be. We should be able to call out some cheap shit that you should be able to get on the low if like you're high and you hit your targeted ad like you are. And should be able to, I've been looking at those clear weathers for I don't know if I'm ever gonna pull the trigger, but man, I like these. And these are nice.
These are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know who has these? Vaughn has these. Vaughn DeHart has these. Shout out to Vaughn. And also go check out his brand because he has his own clothing brand too.
Yes.
Join the Discord. You can ask about him. But I think that's kind of where we're at here.
What made you pick those, Lawrence? You just like the color?
I like the color. I like the distressed. I mean, I like the like how the yellow sole, like the the yellowish sole. I think those are and they definitely give me Jordan vibes, but not Jordans. And you can still obtain those. I mean, they are a little expensive, but you can definitely you don't have to worry about them selling out first day. So
that's true. That's true.
And
Mr. Porter always has pretty good sales, so you might be able to find them for a little bit cheaper too.
All right, but I guess that's it. 123. Washington rain clouds. I am Chris Cheney. We have Lawrence Deloach. We have Luke Trevisi. You can follow us on Instagram and the podcast at Not That Cheney, at LZD325, at Trevisus. I mean, guys, the main thing is join the Discord. The Discord is really where our fan base is cultivated and stayed active. So there's always a link in the description. Also, make sure while you're listening to this, maybe even towards the end here, just screenshot this, share it on Instagram, let people know. We'll repost it if you tag us on Instagram. And, that's it. That's really where we're at. Awesome. So I'll be talking to you guys during the week, but we'll talk to you guys at home next week, all right?
Peace.
Yep. Peace.
Peace, guys.